Mahayuti to announce seat-sharing formula in state of war. Maharashtra, Fadnavis hints at Shinde as chief minister face. Dares Aghadi camp to announce their chief minister face first. Omar Abdullah takes oath as the first chief minister of Naya Jammu and Kashmir. Congress not part of the government sparks speculation of a rift between National Conference and the Congress. The NC refutes these claims. Bengaluru submerged once again. Heavy rainfall brings India's Silicon City to a grinding halt. Roads, IT parks inundated, apartments flooded, schools and colleges remain shut. Amidst Muda scam heat on Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Muda chairman resigns, key Siddu aide steps down citing health reasons, triggering political fight. External Affairs Minister names and shames Pakistan at the SCO summit, calls out its terror nexus with China, says the Pakistan-China corridor is against India's sovereignty. And Canada Prime Minister Justin Trudeau faces growing pressure from his own party to step down. Trudeau gets support from Five Eyes allies. Pro-Khalistani Canadian leader Jagmeet mocked for seeking sanctions on India. All right, our top focus, if today it was Omar Abdullah who took oath as the new Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, tomorrow we're going to see Nayaab Singh Saini, the Chief Minister designate for Haryana, to take oath. Nayaab Saini has been chosen to return as Chief Minister of Haryana. Elected as the BJP's legislature party leader in the state, Saini will take oath for second term tomorrow. In a meeting of the Haryana BJP legislature party in Panchkula today, party MLAs endorsed his name. The meeting was also attended by Home Minister Amit Shah and Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav, as well as central observers. Saini had replaced Manohar Lal Khattar, now a union minister, as the Chief Minister of Haryana in March this year. He was then seen as a surprise pick to head the party in the Hindi heartland state, but his gambit clearly paid off this year. He will be the Bharatiya Janata Party's OBC face in Haryana.
हरियाणा नए चुने हुए विधायक दल की बैठक हुई, उसमें सर्वानुमत एक ही प्रस्ताव मिला है जो किशन कुमार बेदी जी और अनिल विज जी ने रखा। हमारे पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री श्री नायब सिंह जी का, मैं नायब सिंह जी को विधायक दल के नेता के रूप में चुना हुआ और आप सभी बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ। और सैनी साहब को मुझे
आगे आ जाइए, आगे आ जाइए।
तमाम हमारे सांसदगण हरियाणा के उन सब का भी दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूं कि जो दिन रात कड़ी मेहनत करके और हमारी डबल इंजन की सरकार नीतियों को जन जन तक पहुंचाने का काम किया है। और इतना बड़ा विश्वास जो हरियाणा की जनता ने आज तीसरी बार कंटिन्यूटी के अंदर ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ऊपर किया है, ये विश्वास ये नरेंद्र मोदी जी की नीतियों का विश्वास है, जो हरियाणा के लोगों की अपेक्षा है। आदरणीय अमित शाह जी, ये पूरी टीम उस अपेक्षा के ऊपर खरा उतरेगी। आदरणीय मोदी जी, और आपके सपनों को जो भारत आप बनाना चाह रहे हैं, उस भारत को बनाने में हम कृत संकल्प होते हुए आगे बढ़ने का काम करेंगे।
Let's immediately cut across to Asim Basi, my colleague who's joining us live with the latest developments. Asim, tomorrow the big day for Nayaab Singh Saini to take oath as the next Chief Minister of Haryana. And interesting to note, if today was a show of strength by the India Alliance, tomorrow is going to be a massive show of strength by the Bharatiya Janata Party, from the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, and all incumbent Chief Ministers of the Bharatiya Janata Party will be there.
Yes, definitely. As the Bharatiya Janata Party has struck hat-trick in Haryana, they want to celebrate it big, and they want to give a very strong message tomorrow. Today, in the meeting of the legislative party, they worked as a cohesive unit, and the name of Naib Saini was stamped within a minute. And tomorrow, a big event is planned in Panchkula's Dussehra ground, where around 50,000 people are coming. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is flying in from Delhi, and battery of chief ministers of the NDA will be there. Giving a strong message that how the BJP has changed the entire game when the odds were against them through the election, their election strategy, the way they have impressed the people and yet again formed the government. They want to give a strong message through tomorrow's function, as today in JNK the India Alliance gave it. Tomorrow, I think it's going to be a BJP's day, and they want to send a strong message across.
What can we expect,
everything is in order
in terms of the cabinet? Can we expect a mix of all regions in Haryana? What's the expectation?
Well, I will tell you, around 7 ministers have lost. The 7 ministers who were in the standing cabinet 6 months back, they have lost the election. So there's a lot of vacancy. Fresh faces might come in. A couple of surprises may chip in, as one of the independent may also get a chance. Savitri Jindal's name is doing the rounds. Even Aarti Rao's names is doing the rounds. But apart from the age, the new and the experience, I think the caste combination, the Jats, the Punjabis, the non-Jats, they all will be given the representation. I think that will be the focus. So I think, but what is important is to be seen as that whether all the 13 ministers are given, including the chief minister, all the 13 ministers are sworn in tomorrow, or they give chance only few in the first go, and they later get sworn in more ministers as the time passes. Yeah.
Well, you're correct. There's a lot of vacancy right now, especially keeping in mind that 7 of the incumbent ministers in Haryana who were there have lost their elections. Let's see how that plays out. But one thing is for sure, you can expect a massive show of strength tomorrow. It's going to take place at about 1:30 in the afternoon. And trust us to get you up to speed with all of that. Meanwhile, let's quickly move on.
Presented by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
Co-presented by
Aapka Joy, Bharat Ka Joy, Joy E-Bike.
Meanwhile, with just a little over a month left for the Maharashtra elections, alliances are locked in key hurdles over seat sharing, with the Mahayuti alliance claiming its formula will be ready soon. Meanwhile, Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis dropped a hint on the incumbent Chief Minister Eknath Shinde can be the Mahayuti's Chief Minister face. As for seat sharing, sources say Shinde Sena may contest on 80 seats, Ajit Pawar-led NCP may contest 55, and BJP may contest on the remaining 153. Now, seat sharing negotiations between the UBT Sena and Congress remain unresolved. Uddhav Sena demanded more than 14 seats in the Vidarbha region, which is considered a Congress stronghold.
आणि आमच्याकडे कोणाला डोळे लागलेले नाही. आमचं 2.25 वर्षाचं काम हाच आमचा चेहरा आहे.
असं आहे की सीट शेअरिंग पूर्ण झालं. मी तुम्हाला आज सांगतो, आमचं जवळपास काम झालेलं आहे. अंतिम टप्पा म्हणजे अगदी अंतिम टप्प्यात आहोत आम्ही. अगदी बोटावर मोजण्या इतक्या जागा आमच्या बातलेल्या आहेत आणि याच्यामध्ये आम्ही साधारणपणे कुठल्या पक्षाचा कुठे जोर आहे, कुठे 3 पक्ष मिळून कुठला उमेदवार निवडू शकतो, कोणाकडे चांगला उमेदवार आहे, अशा सगळ्या गोष्टीचा विचार करून सीट शेअरिंग करतोय. फॉर्म्युला हा मध्ये सांगता येत नाही. ज्या दिवशी पूर्ण होईल त्या दिवशी कोणाला किती जागा मिळाल्या हे देखील सांगू आणि त्याचा पाठीमागचा फॉर्म्युला देखील सांगू.
आज 84 सीट्स पर चर्चा होगी हमारी, और उस पर कुछ इसमें तो जो डिसीजन होगा वो आगे सीईसी के लिए जाएगा. कांग्रेस अभी तक वो निश्चित नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि कुछ सीटें हैं कि जिस पर डिस्कशन बाकी है. नहीं, वो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. जहां जीत सकता है जिसका उम्मीदवार, वो सीट उनको मिलता है.
My colleague Ritwik Palekar joins us live from Mumbai with more details on the story, which is emerging very clearly, Ritwik, that even after the Haryana debacle, the story coming out is that the Maha Vikas Aghadi is still struggling with seat share formulation, but the Mahayuti practically zeroing it in.
Yes, absolutely. The statement given by Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis clears the air over who will be the face of a chief ministerial candidate in Mahayuti today in a joint press conference. While Mahavikas Aghadi leaders are still claiming that the party leader from their party, respective parties, will be CM after assembly polls, and the issue is still unresolved. Here the statement comes as a breather for CM Eknath Shinde, because he has indicated that the assembly polls will be fought under the leadership of Eknath Shinde. So seat distribution is yet to be finalized, but the statement comes as a big breather.
All right, the statement comes as a big breather. Even viewers, at the India Today conclave just about a month ago, you had Devendra Fadnavis, the Deputy CM, very clear that this election for the Mahayuti would be fought under the leadership of Mr. Eknath Shinde, something that was reiterated today. Let's shift focus right now to bypolls in Uttar Pradesh. 9 out of 10 bypolls have been announced. However, political war over Milkipur continues. On Tuesday, the Election Commission had said Milkipur will be out of the UP bypoll race over a 2022 writ petition filed by BJP leader Baba Gorakhnath challenging the victory of Samajwadi Party candidate Avdesh Prasad, questioning the authenticity of documentation. Now, the BJP Neta has said he will be withdrawing the plea in Allahabad High Court in order to clear the way for the bypolls. Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav said there was an attempt to deliberately delay the by-elections by those fearing defeat. Congress has called it an attempt to manipulate bypolls.
हमने अभी तक पिटीशन विड्रॉ क्यों नहीं की, मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट वो बन गए थे उसके बाद, क्योंकि हमारा जो ग्राउंड था, हम ये चाहते थे कि इस प्रदेश की जनता और मिल्कीपुर की जनता इस बात को जाने कि जिस आधार पर उनका विधायक चुना गया था, किन फर्जी आधार पर चुना गया था, इसकी वजह से हम अभी तक पिटीशन को लड़ रहे थे। हालांकि कल जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ने कहा कि इसकी वजह से चुनाव नहीं अनाउंस हो रहे हैं, तो उसकी वजह से हमने सोचा कि अब इसको विड्रॉ कर दिया जाए, ऑनरेबल कोर्ट से रिक्वेस्ट कर लें कि इसको डिस्पोज ऑफ कर दिया जाए, जिससे कि मिल्कीपुर की जनता को कम से कम उनका विधायक मिल पाए।
जब चुनाव होगा तो उसका इंतजार करें श्री अखिलेश यादव जी और उनकी पार्टी के लोग, और विश्वास रखें कि 2017 में भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कमल मिल्कीपुर में खिला था। 2022 में थोड़े अंतर से चुनाव जरूर हमारे प्रत्याशी हार गए थे, उसका मामला न्यायालय के समक्ष है। माननीय न्यायालय का जब भी निर्णय होगा, मुझे विश्वास है कि आयोग चुनाव कराने का ऐलान करेगा, तब जनता की अदालत में दो हाथ हो जाएंगे। अभी तो 9 विधानसभा सीटों के उपचुनाव का ऐलान हुआ है, उसकी भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने मजबूत तैयारी की है, और हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि हम 9 विधानसभा में से अधिकांश सीटें जीतेंगे।
यहाँ का भी चुनाव कराना चाहिए था, क्योंकि चुनाव की डेट तो साथ ही साथ आई, और मुझे जहाँ तक मेरी जानकारी है कि ये कहीं ना कहीं ये चुनाव हार रहे हैं बुरी तरीके से, और चुनाव हारने के कारण से काफ़ी घबराहट है। इस नाते इन्होंने अपने तरीके से इसको मैनिपुलेट कराने का पूरा प्रयास किया है। कांग्रेस मिलकर लड़ेगी इंडिया गठबंधन में, और डंके की चोट पर 10 की 10 अभी 9 अनाउंस किया, 9 की 9 जीतेंगे और इनको हराएंगे, भाजपा को बुरी तरीके से हराएंगे।
Joining me is my colleague Samarth Srivastava with the latest. Samarth, explain what's going on. The EC announces that Milkipur elections will not take place due to a writ petition that has been lodged in court. But today you've had the BJP leader who lodged that petition against Avdesh Prasad is now withdrawing that petition. What's the politics behind all of this?
Preeti, there could be many reasons behind this particular thing, but the recent update is that the Gorakhnath Baba, the former MLA from Ayodhya, moved to the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court today, and he in a way made efforts to withdraw the litigation that was filed way back in 2022 during the UP Assembly elections. It was said during that particular time that the affidavit which was filed by Avdesh Prasad that time, and the advocate who filed the affidavit hadn't had that particular license. So that was one of the things which were put by the advocate of Baba Gorakhnath. So now, because Avdesh Prasad has already become the MP, so there is no sense to carry that particular litigation, and that's why today the MLA himself moved to the Lucknow bench along with his advocate, and in a way made efforts to withdraw. In a way, he filed the petition to in a way withdraw that particular litigation, and tomorrow is the hearing day in the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court, so we can expect that a decision could be taken by the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court according to this particular plea which was moved today by the advocate of Gorakhnath Baba. The MLA himself spoke to India Today TV and said that there is no sense of that particular petition which was filed in 2022. But if you talk about the politics, because after the Election Commission announced 9 seats dates but not of Milkipur, Akhilesh Yadav also tweeted, Congress leaders also slammed the BJP and never questioned the Election Commission that why not Kanpur, because Kanpur is the seat of Irfan Solanki and that case is also in the court. Samajwadi Party leaders are saying if you are talking about the cases which are pending in the court, then that particular case of Irfan Solanki is also pending in the court. Then why you disallowed only the Milkipur seat? So in a way they are targeting the Election Commission and saying that it's giving the favor to the BJP, while the Saffron Party, the BJP is slamming the opposition and saying that it's all about the court and they have nothing to do with it. Now we have to see and wait for tomorrow's hearing in the Lucknow bench, because Baba Gorakhnath, the MLA, has already withdrawn the case, has in a way moved to the court to withdraw the case. The final hearing regarding this particular movement, this particular thing will take place tomorrow in the state capital.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Samrat. We're going to come back to you for more updates. Meanwhile, news break coming in. A minor, viewers. Let's quickly cut across to the news break. A minor now has been linked to the Mumbai bomb hoax and he's been detained. The Chhattisgarh minor from Chhattisgarh, the minor hails from Chhattisgarh, is behind the bomb threat. He's been nabbed, handed over to the juvenile board. Minor used a friend's photo to post the bomb threat. This, of course, links one particular flight that was grounded primarily because of a bomb threat. But there have been 12 in all in quick succession where flights operating from India and originating from India were detained. And in this particular case, a minor who hails from Chhattisgarh has been detained. He's been handed over to the juvenile board and an interrogation is taking place whether he has a role to play in any other hoax call that was made other than just the Mumbai flight. My colleague Devesh joining us live for more details on the story. Devesh, a minor now linked to the hoax call made on the Mumbai flight, but there have been about 12 flights that were grounded due to hoax calls. Now, any information whether he has a link to them or it's just one particular flight that he's been connected to?
Mumbai Police, Preeti, have confirmed that there were 3 such flights regarding which threat calls or threat messages had been put up by the minor who's been arrested now, who's been taken into custody and remanded to the juvenile home. And his age is 17, runs a shop in Rajnandgaon in Chhattisgarh, and there was some dispute between him and his friend, and because of that, in the initial questioning he has revealed that is why he had used his picture to put up these threat messages, put up airline threats, the threats to the airlines on social media. Another person whose age is around 30 to 34 has also been taken into custody. He is being questioned, but his role is yet to be ascertained. But the minor's role is there, and that is why he's been remanded to the juvenile home. He has been sent to the juvenile home because he's a minor, and his role has come to light in the threat issued to the 3 airlines that were delayed while they were coming to Mumbai, and these airlines had received
this one minor, Devesh, very quickly has been linked to 3 flights, hoaxes which were made, a bomb hoax call or a threat which was made on social media on 3 flights, correct?
Correct. 3 flights coming to Mumbai.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Devesh. Thank you there with all the details coming in. Meanwhile, more news break coming in. The government has swung into action to tackle the bomb threats. They've been 12 in quick succession where India is concerned, viewers. Home and Aviation Ministry has issued guidelines now. Several hoax callers identified. Airlines to share details with aviation bodies. Hoax callers will be placed on unruly passenger list. Airline demands a 5-year ban now on hoax callers. Airlines demands loss recovery from these hoax callers. All right, with that, I want to get into a quick break. To stay with us on the other side is our fact check segment.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
एक दोस्त है जिससे बात किए बिना हम रह नहीं सकते। बातें घंटों की हों या कुछ सेकंड्स की। ये दोस्त हमेशा हमारी बात सुनता है, क्योंकि हमारा सबसे अच्छा दोस्त भगवान ही तो है। मंगलदीप, दिल से करो बात भगवान के साथ।
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hi, I am AI anchor Sana, bringing the top headlines for you, presented by Motorola. S. Jaishankar slams cross-border terrorism at SCO summit in Islamabad, says terror activities across borders won't boost trade. Modi cabinet clears 3% hike in dearness allowance for central government employees ahead of Diwali. Central government hikes minimum support price for wheat and rabi crops for season 2025 to 26.
This is the south suburban of Beirut, and India today is at ground zero. Now, if I could take you three pictures, this entire apartment, there was a targeted attack, the strike, and if you see the entire structure was literally has turned into rubble. More and more there is a fear, particularly the south suburban has become a target area for the Israeli Air Force while they are advancing from the south to the northern part. Here the air strike continues. In Beirut suburban, this is Ashutosh Mishra for India Today.
Grounded in journalism, on the ground reporting, only on India Today TV.
हमारे साथ अखिलेश यादव जी हैं, इंडिया अलायंस का शो ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ श्रीनगर में। बधाइयां इनकी तरफ से उमर अब्दुल्ला गवर्नमेंट को। सर, कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है इंडिया अलायंस के लिए आज जो ये सरकार बनी है, और यहाँ सारे लीडर हैं इंडिया अलायंस के, तो एक शो ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ।
मैं उमर अब्दुल्ला साहब को, फारूक अब्दुल्ला साहब को, जम्मू के लोगों को, कश्मीर के लोगों को बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूँ। और इंडिया अलायंस जीते, इंडिया अलायंस जहाँ जहाँ मजबूती से लड़ा है, और खासकर रीजनल पार्टी जहाँ बहुत जिम्मेदारी के साथ लड़े हैं, वहाँ इंडिया गठबंधन की बड़ी जीत हुई है।
जी सर। तो अब बहुत महत्वपूर्ण दो इलेक्शन आ रहे हैं सर, महाराष्ट्र में और उसके साथ झारखंड में। हरियाणा में थोड़ा सा जो है अगेंस्ट एक्सपेक्टेशन रिजल्ट आया है, तो कैसे देखते हैं आप इस इलेक्शन को, क्या प्लानिंग है इंडिया अलायंस की?
हरियाणा का इलेक्शन एक लर्निंग इलेक्शन होना चाहिए, कि जो इलेक्शन ऐसा था कि जहां पर बीजेपी हार रही थी, हारते हुए चुनाव को वो जीत गए, और क्या कारण रहा वो विश्लेषण अलग है। हरियाणा से सीख लेके मुझे उम्मीद है महाराष्ट्र और झारखंड में इंडिया अलायंस लड़ेगा और जीत हासिल होगी।
सर, आखिरी सवाल, आपका क्या रोल है इन इलेक्शंस में समाजवादी पार्टी का, क्योंकि यूपी से जो वाइब्स निकलती है, जो एक सेंटिमेंट निकलता है पूरे इंडिया में, उसकी जो है।
देखिए, महाराष्ट्र में समाजवादी पार्टी पहले से, हमारे एमएलए 2 हैं, हमें उम्मीद है कि हम ज्यादा एमएलए जीतेंगे। झारखंड में भी पार्टी है, लेकिन झारखंड में बहुत बड़ा संगठन नहीं है, लेकिन जो भी संगठन के तहत फैसला लेंगे हम चुनाव लड़ेंगे।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
इंडिया गठबंधन के साथ खड़े होंगे।
Welcome back to our fact check segment. Now there's a claim floating about, especially on social media, suggesting Salman Khan threatened Lawrence Bishnoi. The fact check on that's a 2020 video of Salman Khan appealing to follow lockdown rules. It's been misinterpreted and misrepresented as Salman Khan threatening Lawrence Bishnoi. Nothing of that happened. With that quick fact check, time for me to slip into a break. On the other side is To The Point. Stay tuned.
final battle of 2024. Maharashtra, the second largest state and one of the richest in the country, votes on November 20th. It's a state where no party is in absolute control, where the BJP needs allies as much as the Congress. A state where opposition's India bloc worked the best on the ground. And the battles within the battle makes it a thriller. The result will decide once and for all which is the real Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray's or Eknath Shinde's. The battle of Pawars appeared to have been settled in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls, with the Sharad Pawar faction winning 8 of the 10 seats they contested. Deputy CM Ajit Pawar gets second chance at redemption. The Congress had emerged the largest party in Maharashtra, winning 13 Lok Sabha seats, while the BJP won 9. The Lok Sabha results, when converted to assembly segments, gives the Maha Vikas Aghadi an edge. They led in 153 seats, above the halfway mark of 145. The Mahayuti, led by the BJP, led in 126 seats. The BJP, fresh from a Haryana booster after falling to 240 in the Lok Sabha polls, would look to win the state and stamp its authority in Delhi. The Congress, on the other hand, is desperately in need of a booster shot after the stunning defeat it suffered in Haryana. The importance of the election can be measured by the way the Eknath Shinde government opened purse strings, announcing a host of welfare measures that will cost the treasury nearly 1 lakh crore rupees. Will it be enough? The voter will decide next month. Bureau Report, India Today.
Air quality today. In Delhi, 436. In Mumbai, 76. In Kolkata, 211. In Bangalore, 75. In Chennai, 55. In Hyderabad, 30.
Good evening, you're watching To The Point. Let's begin with the news break that's coming in. Congress has now confirmed outside support for Omar Abdullah. Congress's Jammu Kashmir president has told India Today, we have taken a moral stand. Tariq Hamad Kara says our intention is not to haggle for power but to pressurize central government to restore full statehood. We will support Omar government from the outside and not be a part of the government. We want that democracy should be restored in true essence and full statehood be given. Any other change of stand can be thought about in the future. All of this, viewers, is taking place at a time when there's intense speculation that talks between the NC and the Congress hit a dead end, with the Congress wanting more than one cabinet berth that was offered by the NC. The NC been very clear that with 6 MLAs, the Congress could at best ask for just one cabinet berth in this alliance. And speculations suggest and sources suggest that the Congress wanted more. But the Congress now saying that we were not sidelined. We were not, this wasn't a haggling exercise. This was moral high ground. We want to support the government from outside because our focus is to restore full statehood. All of that taking place, viewers, while Omar Abdullah was sworn in today as the first Chief Minister of Naya Jammu and Kashmir. Well, what we mean by that, the first Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir as Union Territory. Take a look.
I, Omar Abdullah, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established.
Omar Abdullah takes oath as the first Chief Minister of Naya Jammu and Kashmir, marking his return to power after nearly 16 years. This will be the National Conference leader's second tenure as Chief Minister, but the first since the abrogation of Article 370 and the removal of J&K's statehood. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha administered the oath of office and secrecy to Omar and his ministers. 5 ministers took oath alongside Omar, 4 from the National Conference and 1 independent.
And that I will do right to all manner of people.
Ahead of the ceremony, Omar reiterated his government's commitment to restoring Jammu and Kashmir statehood.
Being a Chief Minister of a Union Territory is a different matter altogether. It has its own challenges, but I hope that the status of a Union Territory is a temporary one. We look forward to working in cooperation with Government of India to resolve the people's problems, and the best way to do that would be to start by restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir.
Surinder Choudhary, a prominent National Conference leader from the Jammu region, is the new Deputy CM.
नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस वो जमात है, वो पार्टी है जिसने हमेशा करके दिखाया है। आज नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के सामने एक बहुत बड़ा एक ऐसा होल हमें दिया गया है जहां 10 सालों का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करो आम आदमी का गैप है। पहले तो हमें सबसे पहले वो जो आम आदमी और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के बीच में जो गैप है उसको फुलफिल करना है।
National Conference chief and father of the newly elected Chief Minister, Farooq Abdullah, expressed optimism that New Delhi would assist in the smooth functioning of the new government.
अल्लाह करे कि सरकार चले, दिल्ली मदद करे और यहाँ के लोगों की मुश्किलात दूर करे. And I hope this government will do what it had promised in the election manifesto.
India Alliance leaders Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Akhilesh Yadav, Supriya Sule and others attended the swearing-in ceremony. The Congress hasn't joined the new government and has given Omar Abdullah outside support. Congress MLAs opted to skip the oath. This has sparked speculation of a rift between the National Conference and the Congress. Sources tell India Today the Congress's demand for 2 cabinet berths was rejected by the National Conference, which only offered 1.
उनको मुबारकबाद देने के लिए यहाँ आया हूँ। हमारे को बड़ी खुशी हो गई। हमारी अलायंस पार्टनर के नेता ने आज चीफ मिनिस्टर बना। बहुत दिन के बाद डेमोक्रेसी यहाँ एस्टैब्लिश हुई है।
Political leaders from the valley welcomed the formation of the new government.
बहुत सालों के बाद जम्मू कश्मीर को एक अपनी सरकार मिली और जो मैंने पहले भी कहा कि 2019 के बाद जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को बहुत जख्म लगे हैं। बहुत मुश्किलात से जम्मू कश्मीर गुजर रहा है। बड़े चैलेंजेस हैं इस सरकार के सामने और बहुत अच्छा है कि लोगों ने एक मेजॉरिटी दी इस सरकार को, इस अलायंस को।
My all the best wishes for Umar Saab and let us hope that he will fulfill his agenda. He will try everything to fulfill his agenda, and let me also hope that Modi government will provide full support to Umar Saab because the issues of Jammu and Kashmir are much bigger than our personal interests, than our ego, than our political agendas.
The principal opposition party, the BJP, called upon the National Conference government to address concerns of Kashmiri Pandits.
जम्मू के साथ नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस की सरकारों में और कांग्रेस की सरकारों में बहुत भेदभाव हुआ है। धर्म और जाति के आधार को छोड़ करके अगर सही तरीके से सरकार बनाने का काम करेंगे तो स्वाभाविक बात है कि केंद्र की तरफ से पूरी सपोर्ट रहेगी।
With Mir Fareed in Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so that is how the day ensued. Just a short while back, you have an official statement coming in from the Congress suggesting that we wanted to support the NC government from outside. We didn't want to be a part of it. Our motive is to establish full statehood, taking the high moral ground. Was it really so? Because sources detail a very different story, viewers, suggesting that the Congress wanted 2 cabinet berths. They were given only 1, or offered only 1 from the National Conference at the cost, because they only had 6 MLAs. And the NC had 42, and that didn't go down very well with the Congress. What's the true story? Were they sidelined or high moral ground? Let's cut across to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party; Onika Mehrotra, National Spokesperson, Congress; Ifra Jan, Spokesperson, National Congress. Cutting across to the Congress spokesperson first. Onika Mehrotra, what is the true story? Because what seems to suggest is that you wanted 2 cabinet berths despite getting only 6 MLAs where Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. You were denied the 2, said take 1. You said no thank you, support from outside, and now you are pretending to take the high moral ground, suggesting that we only wanted to support the government from outside. If that was the intention, why was this alliance even brokered? You could have fought this election independently and then support the government from outside.
Preeti ji, unlike the BJP, there's never a pretense while the Congress has any agenda. There are never jumlas. The Congress works very honestly and ensures that the people of Jammu and Kashmir are in safe hands. The people of Jammu and Kashmir get the rights that they deserve. And that is why our agendas are very clear when we fought the elections. Today, the priority is that this beautiful state like Jammu and Kashmir has been deteriorated to union territory. So our first focus is that at any cost, the statehood of the people of Jammu and Kashmir should be restored. And that is the main motive, and there are no pretense, there are no sideline stories, no matter what your sources or haywires might say.
Forget about sources. Onika Mehrotra, forget about sources. Answer a very basic question. Politics is not charity. Politics is politics. You fight an election to get into governance and to make changes for the betterment of the people. That is what it really boils down to. It's not charity where you fight an election to have 0 stake in governance. You don't do that. So why here?
Preeti ji, neither is politics charity, neither is it jumla. It is for the people so that we can work for the benefit of it. Remember that, when we put in our manifesto, we spoke about the haqq of Jammu and Kashmir. We spoke how the domiciles were given to outsiders. We spoke how, there was youth were unemployed.
Fair
how
point.
much of drugs were, pumped in, and how the LG's misrule was taking place. And hence, we're thankful to the Supreme Court that the, election have taken place after 10 years. And that is
Onika Mehrotra, as I bring in Sanju Verma, now tell me something. For the people who have voted you in Jammu and Kashmir, the true essence of that would have been when you are a part of governance, where you have cabinet ministries and you effect the changes that you promised and not support a government from outside. That is exactly how you deliver on your promises.
So
all right, you can shake your head, ma'am. I'll come back to you.
You mean to say that just a tagline of a minister will suffice? No.
Ma'am, how does governance happen? Governance happens.
What do you mean by a suffice of a cabinet?
I'll tell you what I mean.
What happens ahead? How do you know?
Ma'am, you can choose to attack me, but it's not what I mean. I'll tell you what I mean.
My dear,
anyone fights an election to be part of governance to deliver to their people.
My intent is not to attack you at all. My intent is to put forth the exact fact of the matter, what has happened in Jammu and Kashmir. I was posted there for the last 20-25 days. So I know exactly how you're working on the ground for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. So it's not that, and the post is still vacant.
Ma'am, let me say this. If tomorrow in Maharashtra, are you going to be, and I'll get in Sanju Verma, I'm coming to you, but I just want to put this question out there. You can think about it. In Maharashtra tomorrow, can you say that even though you're fighting it in alliance, you don't want to be chief minister, you will support the government if you come to power from outside, because that's what you want to do? Because you have, that's the essence of true politics. It's not, ma'am. I'll come back to you. Ponder over that question. Ma'am, allow me to open up the panel. Ponder over that question. Sanju Verma, to pull you in on this debate. Today, Ms. Verma, the BJP should be happy because even though, the NC has one formed government, but in terms of representation, because that is what the mandate told us, that there were 2 very different sides of the story and 2 extreme mandates that came out. One, diametrically different in Jammu and in the Jammu region, and the other from Kashmir. The sheer fact that it's happened in your term where you've had a deputy representing Jammu and a Hindu face, but today the NC has done that. So something is truly changing where Kashmir is concerned.
Preeti, thanks for having me over. I did not interject the Congress spokesperson. I will just make a couple of points because, she tried her level best to digress from the pertinent questions that you put forth, but she could not give a coherent answer. And I don't blame her because she's sitting here to defend the indefensible. Please keep quiet. I did not interject you.
She's not talking to you, ma'am. She was addressing the camera person.
Ma'am, you can't.
Let's not get into any personal attacks. Let's all take a deep breath. Nobody is commenting on each other. Let's just get Sanju Verma.
Have some
decency,
please. You're on national
Sanju
TV.
Verma, make your point.
Don't just go about blurting anything and everything.
Ma'am, don't interject. Can I just get Sanju Verma? Can I just get Sanju Verma? Go ahead, Ms. Verma, make your point.
Thank you, Preeti. Preeti, first and foremost, let's be very, very clear. Your audience needs to know this, that the Jammu and Kashmir election was not only the first in 10 years, but also the first after the historic abrogation of Article 370, which happened in August 2019. That makes it even more relevant to contemporary times. The second and most important point is for the entire Congress cabal and for the other side, which said that, Jammu Kashmir mein to elections will be rigged. Jammu Kashmir elections were held under the glare of Indian journalists, and even foreign diplomats. Point number 3, people said that, Jammu Kashmir elections will be a sham. Participation is not going to be anything much to write home about. And I have the figures with me. Riyasi Rajouri, the voting percentage was more than 70%. In Poonch also more than 73%. In places like Badgam and Gandarbal more than 62%. So the third point is that there was massive voter participation, which is always good news for democracy. But coming to your question about the Congress, and I will just say one thing. She spoke for 3 minutes and she used the word Jumla 3 times. जुमलाबाजी कौन कर रहा है? ये जम्मू कश्मीर की जनता ने कांग्रेस को आईना दिखा दिया है. If the Congress still wants to behave like the proverbial ostrich with its head buried deep in the sand and wants to blame BJP for its own debilitating electoral performance in Jammu Kashmir, good luck to them. I want to say one thing. In Jammu, there are 43 seats and there are 30 Hindu dominant seats in terms of population. Out of these 30 Hindu dominant seats, Preeti, the BJP won 29, which is a strike rate of 97%. The Congress got just 1 seat, which is a strike rate of 3.4% or 2.3%, whichever way you look at it. The limited point I'm making is that the Congress was supposed to be a force to reckon with, but the Jammu Kashmir election was a two-way horse. One led by the BJP in the Jammu region, the other led by the National Conference in the Kashmir region. And the Congress has been lock, stock and barrel rejected. No, you gave her 3 minutes. Let me just finish. Let me make a couple of more important points.
Your 3 minutes are over and you know it.
Just 20 seconds, Preeti, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say this. People said abrogation of 370 nahi hoga, humne karke dikhaya. People said J&K Reorganization Act will not be amended, humne karke dikhaya. People said the Delimitation Commission will never come to a logical conclusion, humne karke dikhaya. The Delimitation Commission, worked wonderfully well, and most importantly, लोगों ने कहा election कभी होंगे ही नहीं जम्मू कश्मीर में. Today the cabal which was doubting, कि democracy खतरे में है, they have a nice big fat omelette on their faces.
All right. So, fair point. Representation, especially where Jammu is concerned. My question was not about the Congress, ma'am. It was that you should be happy that there was representation given to Jammu, where the BJP had fared very, very well. That was what the question was. But, there's a flip side to it also, Ms. Verma, and we'll come back and address it. If the BJP was that confident, why didn't you fight elections in the valley? You did, because that's what the political landscape of Jammu and Kashmir is, and you have to accept it. I want to bring in Mir Farid, because before we go back to the Congress spokesperson and bring in the National Conference spokesperson as well. Mir, throw some light, Mir. What really happened? Why is it today that Congress finds itself giving outside support and now claiming moral high ground?
Yes, Preeti. In fact, as we have been saying this since morning, that all is not well between the alliance partners. Now, The only meeting that has happened post results between NC and Congress has been the letter of support that the Congress senior leaders went to Omar Abdullah's house and gave him. Post that, there has been absolute radio silence, no meetings on the power sharing, nothing. And we also know that the kind of performance National Conference had with 42 MLAs, and then they also got support from independents from Jammu. So that obviously tilted the balance in the favor of National Conference. They obviously from their side did not reach out to the Congress. Congress was also silent, considering that was a lesser partner, a weaker partner with very little elbow room or bargaining power, and they also remained silent. Now, the very first day, the Congress chief dashed to Delhi, got instructions from the Congress High Command, and since they were very silent. Now, there are many reasons for that.
Okay.
Obviously, one reason it seems is that Congress does not want to be part of this government, which obviously for many is a crown of thorns for the Omar Abdullah government or Omar Abdullah, considering that this is different. This is a new power sharing mechanism with the lieutenant governor having the upper hand. And then you also don't have meeting ground between the alliance partners on sticky issues like 370. Congress goalpost is statehood. NC talks about 370. So it does not want to be seen in a position where the BJP can exploit it pan-India with the pan-India picture. So that also seems to be one reason why Delhi prevailed upon the local Congress to stay away from the government.
Okay, fair point. And, you know, on the other hand, what's also interesting is that Omar has left a few spots vacant. So, you know, later on, if the Congress wants to maybe step down from their moral high ground, they can partake in governance. Ifra Jan, spokesperson, National Conference, also joining us. Ifra Jan, what's the real story? Why do you think the Congress is not part of your cabinet today?
You see, I think Congress pretty much remains a part of India Alliance, and it pretty much remains a part of Jammu and Kashmir National Conference government and this government in Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, if you look at the number of cabinet ministers, we have not yet entirely chosen our full ministers. So there are around 4 cabinet ministerial seats that are still there. Rahul Gandhi Sahab today, Priyanka Gandhi ji, almost all members of the India Alliance, all of them were there. They witnessed the oath ceremony, and I think that is more than enough. But I think it's one thing. It's one thing to talk about why is Congress not there, why is this thing not there. It's interesting to see that today, for the first time in Jammu and Kashmir, after 6 years, we now have a government and administration that consists of the people of Jammu, that consists of people of Kashmir, that has a deputy chief minister from Jammu. In fact, in the LG government that the BJP government had instated, you would be surprised that we hardly had any senior officers from Jammu and Kashmir. The regions got no representation in senior administrative positions. The region got no representation in even, for example, even the LG who was nominated. The BJP government nominated almost 3 LGs. Not a single LG was from Jammu and Kashmir. So I congratulate the people of Jammu and Kashmir that they now have their elected government. They have people who understand their culture, who understand their roots, and they are now in power. And
well, Ifra, I wish you joined us in time because we're running out of time. I need to go to our other 2 guests quickly and get a word in. Onika Mehrotra, coming to you first. Ifra Jahan is saying that, listen, there's still cabinet berths open. Maybe, you know, you can come in, you're part of the government. So, you know, maybe you want to rephrase how you began your conversation with that you don't want to partake in governance.
No, not at all. I never said that, Preeti. I said they have still kept it vacant. It's not, as I said, it is not the cabinet birth or something. It is the point that what we have promised the people of Jammu and Kashmir, and we have to deliver that. In fact, we urge the BJP also, come on, give them the statehood. You promised that also. Instead of counting my minutes and seconds, Sanjuji and saying, you know, crap, that, you know, she can't answer, she can't do, you peep into your own Giriman actually. So it's time for BJP to come forward and give the people of statehood the Jammu and Kashmir. You have taken it away from them. You should be ashamed of that. 10 years of misrule.
Okay, Sanju Verma.
Stop saying Preeti all the time. Let me complete my thing, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, let her complete. Let her complete. Okay, no, one second. Let her complete.
We will. Ma'am, see, 5 years of BJP rule, which they had with PDP, and 5 years of unconstitutional kind of a governor, which was ruling the state, and how badly they've handled it. You've seen all the mafia has been coming, from sand mafia to so much happening in Jammu and Kashmir. It's high time a government is settled. BJP, let them be scared. I'll repeat. The Jumlebazi can't run. Why did they run from Lok Sabha election, Preeti ji? They should have fought that. Jammu, they had proxy.
Make your
Go
point.
ahead, go
Okay.
ahead.
Can I get Sanju Verma? She's itching to come back to what you said. Ma'am, go ahead. Your time begins now.
No, Preeti, I'm not itching to come back. I need my time, just like the other panelists need. Please
Exactly
don't,
the same time,
take
ma'am.
pot
Go
shots
ahead.
at me. Yes, please don't take pot shots at the BJP. Though I know you said it lightheartedly. Let me just say this. हिंदी में कहावत है, बड़े बेआबरू होकर तेरे कूचे से हम निकले, बहुत मेरे अरमान निकले, लेकिन फिर भी कुछ कम निकले. The Congress and its spokespersons have still not learned from the debilitating Haryana loss. They were saying if BJP gets even more than 20 seats, हम अपना नाम बदल देंगे, चाहे सूरज वेस्ट में अस्त हो ना हो, ईस्ट में उगे ना उगे, but BJP will not come back to power in Haryana. We created history by being the only incumbent government to come back romping to power in Haryana for the third time consecutively. The Congress needs to look at its own backyard rather than giving integrity certificates. Democracy खतरे में है, संविधान खतरे में है, लोकतंत्र खतरे में है, गणतंत्र खतरे में है. हरियाणा की जनता ने कांग्रेस को उसकी औकात दिखाई है. But now let me say one thing very, very clearly. If you look at the political landscape, Preeti, and you know this very well over the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years, be it I.K. Gujral, be it Deve Gowda, be it Morarji Desai, be it Chandrasekhar, or for that matter, be it VP Singh, ऐसा कोई बचा नहीं जिसे कांग्रेस ने ठगा नहीं. इसलिए यहाँ बैठकर बीजेपी को भाषण मत दीजिए. महाराष्ट्र हारने की तैयारी करिए.
All right, okay, all right, okay, we'll see when that last vote is counted, which will be the 23rd of November. We've run out of time. I wish we could go back to the National Conference spokesperson, but she joined late. That's it. We're going to end it there. All eyes now, of course, will shift to tomorrow. That is, right before Maharashtra, because that is when Nayaab Saini, the Chief Minister in waiting in Haryana, is going to take oath there. And after that, of course, the Maha battle, where elections are concerned. Maharashtra. Quick break. Stay with us. On the other side is Rahul Kamal.
एक दोस्त है जिससे बात किए बिना हम रह नहीं सकते. बातें घंटों की हों या कुछ सेकंड्स की,